More than 200 people were arrested in Los Angeles yesterday. It's after Mayor Karen Bass implemented a curfew in parts of downtown LA. Anti-ICE raids are spreading across the United States in other cities. Joining me live is League of United Latin American Citizens in the US, Jose Barrera. Jose, appreciate your time this morning. Look, what's your reaction, first of all, to what we have been seeing in LA in the past week and across the United States in general, now that we're into day 6 of these protests in LA?
Thank you for the invitation. My immediate reaction as I'm looking at this happen in real time from Los Angeles is there's a lot of uncertainty of what's going on. But what it is certain is that there was no need for a deployment of the federal guard to come into Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Police Department and the County Sheriff's Department are more than capable of handling every incident that's happening on the ground. And any deployment only escalates tensions between the community and the federal government. What we're seeing happening now and the curfew that has been imposed on Angelenos and Los Angeles residents to stay at home has only been a form to protect residents locally. So we're seeing a lot of unrest, the community's in fear, but let's not be fooled. This is an attempt to distract everyday Americans from what's really going on. There's a broken economy and there's legislation that's being passed in Congress as in real time that no one's paying attention to. And we want to focus on that too.
Okay, well, we have seen violence and looting. Is that the right way to go about it? And does it just give the Trump administration an excuse to go harder with the crackdown?
What we're seeing is there's a difference between peaceful protests, and majority of the protests have been peaceful, and agitators. There's select few individuals who are agitating and creating escalation points. We do not support any agitation, and the police department is there to keep the peace for that reason. So the violent protests, I don't believe that those are protesters. I believe those are people who are purposely trying to cause damage, while over 99% of the people who are out there protesting are doing so peacefully in a safe way. We got to keep in mind, Los Angeles is a huge city with over 4 million people, and only a small handful of people are actually creating havoc.
The LA Mayor Karen Bass says ICE agents are targeting immigrants that pay taxes and contribute to the economy, but we just heard from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. She rattled off a list of people who have been arrested that have committed serious crimes. What's your thoughts about that diverging narrative?
Well, the narrative is to impose fear. Majority of the immigrants that come to the United States do so with the hope of an American dream in order to have a better life for their families. Anything else is just select few people who have committed crimes and they're going through the process. But what we're seeing in real time is people being picked up who are going at Home Depot or any of these hardware stores looking for jobs, and they're being taken away without due process. So let's be clear, it's about civil rights. It's about due process. It's not about stripping people away and abducting them.
And in LA County, there's 10 million residents, 48.6% are Latino and Hispanics. LA is home to more than 1.35 million immigrants, meaning 1 out of every 3 residents is an immigrant. That's according to LA government data in 2024. Thousands are probably undocumented. Do we know how many of these the Trump administration wants to arrest and deport? Do we even know?
No, there's no clear way to know who is being arrested and who the Trump administration is targeting. What we have seen is that they're targeting anyone that seems to be an immigrant and detaining people without due process, without warrants, which are needed in order to properly go through the immigration and the detention system and to deport people. So without having proper warrants for people's arrest signed by a judge and ordered by a court, everything else is a violation of their civil rights.
Jose Barrera, we've got to get moving, but thanks so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you so much.